I know from speaking this morning to the president of Georgia, Misha Saakashvili, who I have known for many years, that he knows that the thoughts and the prayers and support of the American people are with that brave little nation. And I told him that I know I speak for every American when I say to him, today, we are all Georgians.
We're back with the best political team on television. CNN's Jessica Yellen, CNN's Jack Cafferty, and David Brody, senior national correspondent for the Christian Broadcasting Network. Jack, I noticed you were laughing during this, so why did you start here? What did you make of this?
Well, I just, it brings a tear to your eye, doesn't it? He doesn't, a couple of things. One, he doesn't speak for me. Two, I don't think all Americans are Georgians. Three, Georgia started this with its incursions into South Ossetia back before the Russians got involved. Yeah, the Russians went over the top in their response, but Georgia started this problem. By going into South Ossetia, Georgia would like South Ossetia to become part of Georgia. South Ossetia wants to be independent. So all of this hand-wringing about that poor little country, Georgia, might be a bit overdone. And the other thing is, I think we have a president who speaks when it comes to foreign policy. It's nice that McCain and Obama have opinions on this stuff. And as much as I'm not a great fan of George Bush's, this is his purview, not theirs. Well,
David, do you think both these candidates who spoke with the president of Georgia kind of stepped on his toes a little bit here, or there's a conflicting message going on?
Well, a little bit, but I agree with Jack. I mean, the president of the United States is the president of the United States. However, at the same time, this is a huge foreign policy test for both, not just John McCain, but really for Barack Obama. You know, how tough will Barack Obama be when it comes to not just his words, but a little bit more in terms of what he will do. What would the plan of action? I think a lot of people want to see exactly what some of the steps he would take. You know, it's funny, on that comment about how every American is a Georgian today, I mean, clearly it was a flub of a line, but it goes to McCain's sense of patriotism. You know, he mentioned the brave little nation, and I'm sure he was trying to compare it a little bit to America in its infancy, you know, the little engine that could standing up. I think that's where McCain was getting all of that from. It clearly was a flub, though.
And Jessica, I want you to weigh in here because we heard the president of Georgia actually say in his speech before this rally that he had talked to John McCain and how happy he was about it, that all Americans are Georgians. Who comes out on top here? Obama has talked to him, McCain has talked to him. I mean, does anybody win here?
No, I think the big problem is that America's voice, it doesn't matter which voice is speaking, doesn't really carry that much sway right now. And the problem is it's the Europeans who are taking the lead there because America can't speak with enough force or isn't willing to exact the kind of forces needed, whether it's diplomatic force included, to get something done there. So both these candidates and the president should be addressing that problem, especially these two candidates. What is the U.S. going to do to reposition itself to have more influence in this region, particularly with Putin?
Jessica, maybe you know about this. I didn't see it today. Sarkozy went to Moscow and met with the Russians and tried to do something. Have the British or the Germans done anything in regard to this deal? They're
letting Sarkozy take the lead because of French interests in the in Russia, excuse me, and the sense that Sarkozy will have more influence with Putin right now. It's my sense.
Okay. No.
And Sarkozy, being the president of the EU, I guess, is taking kind of the lead on all of these discussions. I wonder, Jack, if there is still some sort of difference between how McCain and Obama are being viewed when it comes to national security, foreign policy issues, considering Obama released a statement today. He's in Hawaii. McCain we saw again on camera. Do you think it makes a difference?
Well, yeah, it does make a difference, and I think McCain won this round. One, Obama's in Hawaii. Two, his initial response was fairly tepid. Three, he made it wearing some kind of golf jacket. It looked like he just came off the golf course. Hardly presidential stuff. So McCain wins this time while Obama is out of the 48 contiguous states, as opposed to the shellacking he got the last time Obama was away.
Yeah, David, last word, David.
I was going to say, Suzanne, there is a little danger here for McCain. Already we've heard, you know, the whole thing about being in Iraq for 100 years or whatever it takes, and obviously that isn't what he exactly meant. But the point here is that he's already talked about the old Russian Empire, and McCain has to be careful that he doesn't come across in a way that his campaign does not want him to come across.
All right,
that's a good point.
Jessica Yellen, Jack Cafferty, David Brody, got to leave it there. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thousands of Georgians rallied with President Mikhail Saakashvili and leaders of 5 nearby countries. One of our eye reporters on the ground captured it all on camera. Let's bring our internet reporter Abby Tatton. Abby, what are you seeing?